This is a Galaxy Report for May 20th, 2007, episode 73.
She's a model and she's looking good. I'd like to take her home, that's understood.
Welcome to the Galaxy Report. I'm Free Kasaka. My co-host this week is the man who plays every game like he's a commando with auto-aim on, Josh. Josh, how's it going?
Good. Loving Halo.
Yeah, isn't it great?
It is. We're awesome.
Yeah, you weren't hyped up for it until I got you. Were you?
I know. I was so. I didn't care about Halo after Halo 2, but now I'm enjoying it again.
It's fun.
Because we're both very special and we both have beta invites.
Yes, because we spent $60 for those invites.
Did you see that post on the Bungie boards that some guy was complaining that the randomizer wasn't fair? That's like they picked like 13,000 random people, and one of the Bungie guys was like, "Yeah, next time we'll make sure we pick the names out of a hat." How the 2,000 or like the 200,000 people names that submitted their stuff, and they only picked 13.
Oh man,
I guess idiots are in every game.
Yeah. It's good stuff, but we've been having fun doing that this week. We also had time to hop in game, not with each other, but we both have had some experiences to talk about. So we'll talk about that. We can't just have a hodgepodge of stuff to talk about this week. We're kind
that sounds so awkward.
Yeah. We're going to talk about what you've been doing. Then we're going to hop into like just everything that's been going on. There hasn't been a lot. There's like little things dropping here and there. So we're going to talk about what we do know, what we don't. We're going to save for next week. Chapter 6 is dropping on Tuesday. Hopefully, knock on wood. So
yeah.
You like the sound effect there too?
I did.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's technology.
Is it real wood?
Oh, that's real. I don't know, real pressed wood.
Mine's made of balsa wood. Lightest table ever.
Nice. But we'll just go over everything and save the meat of this stuff for next week. We were gonna record,
meat?
Yeah, dead meat. We were gonna record the episode last night, but my interweb failed and booted me
lonely.
right in the middle of Halo. So
it's all right. I still won.
Okay, good job.
My elite skills.
Yeah,
the chain gun.
elite skills.
Tell you, I wish I had that chain gun in Galaxies. Or
Yeah,
the
you
Spartan
need it.
gun. I do. I will if this near. What's Caitlin want?
I don't know. I think she wants attention. But anyways, you want to start off what you've been doing in game this week?
What have I been doing? I've been PvPing. I've been grinding in Restus because I figured I've always never tried to finally get a suit of Mandalorian armor from Restus, but I just realized I'm not going to be able to solo it anymore, so I tried this week and I went and ground out like 800 comms.
Sweet.
So that was my week. It was very tedious.
Just doing that the entire time?
20 at a time. Well, I was like, oh, this is going to take forever. Last week I did was Gyron's. I grinded out his entire suit and took all his money he made off ATRTs. And I'm doing mine now, but it's slow. How about you?
I actually hopped onto Test Center with Gyron. We wanted to go map hunting again, try one of those missions to see what we could get. So we went out to Yavin, drove out into the middle of nowhere, and I don't know, about the third try I got a data disk. Sent me to a point on Dantooine. So he had his ITV on Test Center, I didn't. And
for not playing.
Yeah, I cloned myself back at the shuttle port or the starport, and we zapped on over to Dantooine. Flew out to the location that it gave me. I searched, found the exact location, extracted the treasure, and 3 level 90 Jedis with these cool little, I don't know, it looks like an eagle's claw or something wrapped around they're like the Khan color. It's wrapped around that, and they proceeded to destroy us pretty quickly. So we cloned. Yeah, you would have been killed too. You probably would have been killed even faster.
No, fan, I'm a friend commando. I got enough reactive heals.
Yeah.
Oh no, they were nerfed on Test Center. With that.
Yeah. So we got killed. We went back out there, and Gyron's like, "Oh, let's just walk around them." and tried to extract the stuff out of the treasure, because there's like this chest thing that comes up, and so his bright idea was, let's just walk over to it, ignore the guys, and get the stuff out. Well, they don't like that too much, and they attack you, so they killed us again. And then we went back there a third time, and we were able to pull one of them. Of course, we didn't actually plan out any strategy, and he ended up getting killed. I was able to finish the guy off, and then our time limit expired, and they went poof.
You need a whole group just to get a treasure chest that one person can loot.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll encourage grouping.
But it was fun. I mean, it was like actual content when we just didn't walk up. It was like, oh yeah, 3 guys, kill. I mean, these guys absolutely destroyed us when it was 3 on 2, and even when it was 1 on 2. I mean, if we would have planned it out better, we could have easily taken out one. No,
I could have just shot them all and you ran.
No, you would have aggroed all. No, you can't extract the chest. That's the thing. You have to kill them before you can extract the stuff out of the chest.
I'd find a way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you would.
I call
your
my
elite hacking skills.
No, I call my GCW stormtroopers from the Comlink, which are like all elites now too. Which also needs to be fixed, but we'll talk about that.
Yes,
well, I think we just did.
Yeah, I think we did.
that was my little nitpick for the week.
Well, it's going to make
them going to be way overpowered in PvP now.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get tweaked down a little bit. I mean, you just have to give them a few weeks to.
Well, I wish they'd take those things and they make them like a 5-call limit and charge like $300K for it off the recruiter just to get some more money out of the economy.
Right.
That wouldn't be a bad thing to do, especially. And
so, what, you get it once, you could just use it repeatedly.
Yeah, right now you just get it. It's infinite calls every 15 minutes or every once a week if you're me. Yours never works. But if they just put it as a reusable pet, like the old ones where it kicks the bucket, it's gone.
That'd be cool if they did that with a lot of the stuff from the GCW. That would also encourage people to want to retain their ranks. If like you just didn't go up to general, get the stuff that you wanted, and bam, you have it. If you had to keep going back, like you would get this stuff and maybe it'd be like 5, 10, 15 use, depending on what it is. Or even there's weapons you can get in that too, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 weapons of Jedi Crystal. But the moves you need to retain your rank to use them.
Right. Well,
I don't want to lose.
Even like even like with the weapons, that would be something perfect to put like a decay system on weapons like that, where it limits the use, and you have to go. It would encourage you to keep grinding up your rank, even base busting or whatever you're doing right now to retain your rank, which is I guess officially an exploit, is what the devs came out and said. But that'd be a good way to keep people interested in the GCW system too. Yeah, at least that's my thought.
Holy crap! If they make all the mobs like impossible to kill, as like they're making them all elites, how the hell are you going to get any GCW?
Right.
It's like you can't base bust, but you can't kill anything either. Good luck.
Well, that would probably be the perfect thing to at least like try to eliminate some base busting. Would be to have like these like big elites spawning with the bases to where you have to kill them. Like even like around the perimeter, you have to get your group to kill them. And even like you get a group of 50 people who are going around doing that. I mean, you really can't consider an exploit if they're sitting there killing the people to get in and blow it up.
Right now, there's a dozen. Well, at the PvP bases inside, there's a dozen gold single chevron elites. I think they're tough, but there's only like a dozen of them each base. But if you had a constant flow, others, I don't know. It's a broken system. We've talked at length about that.
Yes.
Stupid bases. What if they dropped automatically up turrets? That would be cool.
I'm sure there's some tweaking they can do to it. And you know what? They need to like not only look at a way to keep people from like to stop base busting. They need to give people an incentive not to base bust. More effective ways to get the GCW points.
Yeah, for a while there, they had that whole thing where there was they cranked out the number of points you get for being in a PvP zone when people are there. But it's so buggy, it never works. There's no point on even trying.
Okay, I'm back. Where'd we leave off? We were just wrapping up.
I don't remember. I was going to ask you that, but then you hit record.
Yeah, it was all of about 5 minutes. We can't remember what we were talking about.
I don't know. I'm reading a really good review of Alien vs. Predator now. Terrible movie. Oh, I remember we were talking about the thingamajig, the Rebels and the Imperials, the GCW.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we covered that pretty thoroughly, and this makes for a nice awkward lead into the next subject.
The collection system?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Now, you don't know much about this, do you?
No, I even told you to shut up when you were telling me about it earlier, so we
Okay.
have something to talk about.
All right, the collection system. Now, I'm just basing this I read a lot of the posts that were going around at the time, and some of the stuff was just basically ideas they were floating around on how to do things. And but basically, what the collection system sounds like, at least to me, what I took from the different posts, is they're going to take things that you do in the world, in the environment, and people compared it to EverQuest 2 collection system, where there's like random places that like pop up around the terrain where you can go and click on something, like a question mark floating in the wild, and you click on it. And they said, no, they're not really going for that. They want to take like a lot of what you do in the game and find a way to turn that where you can collect items in the game, and you can take these items, and whether it be through a crafter, it sounds to me almost like the Qui-Gon cube, but instead of taking, like, you collect all these different pieces, but instead of like putting them in a cube and make it yourself, you have to go to a crafter for at least some of the stuff, and you can create items. And like one of the items they were talking about making was the 200 being able to increase the storage in a house. So
Right. Because decorating does eat up a lot of your house.
yeah, and I think it was even Blix like popped in and said, yeah, that's something we're definitely looking at, because 3/4 of my
Garen.
he's like 3/4 of my house is used for decorating. Like my
Have you seen Garen's storage?
No.
Garen has the 3 accounts he had. He has 3 rows of 6 small houses, just full of crap. He's got 18 storage houses.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I got 5.
Yeah, so that's something that they're looking at doing, where whether you can buy a house that has additional storage added onto it, or you can take these pieces and add them onto your current house. And with the collection system, I think it was Dev H was talking about it. He basically went to the devs and like, okay, how many items are you talking about them collecting? Because a lot of the systems that they put in the past, there were limited numbers of things that they would put in, and they weren't easily expandable. This, they wanted something that was easily expandable. So he said, like, right now, he's like, what were you talking about? Tens of things, hundreds of things, thousands of things. And what I think he ended up saying is the system that's in place right now is set up for 16,000 things.
Jesus.
But they also made it to where it's like easily expandable. So if they wanted to move that to like 50,000, 100,000 things, they could easily go ahead and do that.
So you need to wait a minute. I'm confused. Is that how many things you could store, or how many things you have to collect to make the storage module?
No, I think it's the things that they can. I don't know if it's
16,000.
Well, I don't know. It's not 16,000 things you need to get to make the storage module. It's like maybe
That'd be funny.
It's maybe like right now 16,000 items that can be made with this system, or or that can be incorporated into the system. And how fast they burn through it, well, you know what, that depends. But it is easily expandable, so they do reach that 16,000. It's like, oh, we can't give you any more content for this because we've reached the limits. They made it easily expandable.
So 16,000 new items to craft?
I don't know. It could be to craft. Maybe it could be part of the things that you are collecting to craft the things. Maybe that's included with it. But now
Buy everything by 10.
And they didn't say that. They didn't say that when it came out there would be 16,000 items. He just said that's what he made it right now. That's the limit that was put on it was 16,000 items, and
right.
That way stuff can be added through time. So it may come out there maybe like just 50 things, or it could be a few hundred things. Who knows?
That's cool.
But it just sounds like what they really want to do is they want to take that time that you're spending going around doing regular things in game and going places in game to find a way to be able to like make it worth your time to do that stuff. Or I got to head out to this location, and while I'm out there, I find an item that I need towards something else.
That's cool. And with that ties into the new badge thing they were talking about too, doesn't it?
Yeah, they want to revamp the badge to so you can kind of display what you want, and maybe make it easier instead of like, oh look, here's everything. And that's one thing I didn't like when they first added the badge system was like in the early days when you would go up against someone and you weren't really quite sure what profession they were.
Mm-hmm.
And so
you check their badges.
Yeah, like before the badges, you had no clue. You didn't know. You just saw this person. It's like, okay, he kind of looks like a doctor, maybe, but you didn't know.
Has defeated Misty at the Cerulean City Gym. I want that badge. Contact the GF. Poke the badge. Was there a Death Star badge at one game that was just a joke?
I don't know.
I heard there was like a Destroy the Death Star badge that was in for like the first week. They just threw it in for, shits and giggles, but they removed it.
That would be pretty funny.
It's Destroy the Death Star.
Yeah, Destroy
We
the
should
Death
have that
Star.
one. And they're
It's the
talking
only
about... Now we're doing leaderboards too, aren't they? Where Dev H's first post, they're talking about doing leaderboards for the top 5 cry killers and things like that.
Oh yeah, the logging system where they could log the people just doing things, and I saw them posting where it's basically going to be able to track how many of a certain what mob that you kill. So if you hate Jabba's people and you go around killing Jabba's people, it'll show how many people that you've killed, how many Jabba's people you've killed.
Gotta go get some Wookiees.
Yeah, 500,000 Wookiees.
Yeah, they said there's something like 700 mobs in game.
Yeah,
Different ones.
yeah, crazy.
I can't think of it. I can't think of that many.
I mean,
There's
sure,
a
a lot
lot
of
of-
them share the same character model. They're just named different things on different planets. But
Yeah, a lot of them are just Akuan bandits, which are the same thing as just like they take one random piece of armor. It's their theme.
yeah,
It reminds me a lot of Grand Theft Auto style gangs.
Grand Theft Auto, horrible game.
GTA. Oh, new one's coming out. It's going to be in Liberty City again.
Yeah, I
A
know.
lot of new good. I can't wait for StarCraft 2. There's so many new good games that have been announced. I really crap my pants when I saw there was StarCraft 2 coming out.
Yeah,
Been waiting 10 years.
welcome to last week.
Yeah, I don't care that Ghost got canceled now. I flipped out about that last year, too. We did a show when I flipped out. It was the only time we ever recorded a podcast that wasn't about Galaxy.
Oh well,
Dukas. I robbed his house.
sweet.
He put me on admin at his house. I went in there. I took all my stuff back and I lent him.
A-hole.
I need those harvesters.
So what else do we have this week? We have the patch notes for May 18th. That's you. There's something that you want to talk about in there. So
Those are the wrong ones. I grabbed the wrong ones, but they finally got around to tweaking mine so that you can only drop the ones that are intended for PvP. You can't drop them while you're combatant anymore, and you can't just cruise around on a speeder bike just dropping remote mines and repeatedly detonating them. Which, if someone's on a speeder, just blow it up. They're going to be right on top of you to drop the mine. I never understood that complaint about mines. There's a couple of them that have always been these really far-fetched scenarios. So now that they've fixed those, I don't know what they really like to complain about.
Well, I think the problem that a lot of people had with mines was that they could just sit there and drop them, no limit to it. A lot of people had a good, at least I thought was a good idea, was to put some sort of timer on how long it can take for you to drop a mine. So not like a long not like a long timer, but a couple seconds where it's click, click, and then you can put the mine down, and
I
you
love my
have to
left
stand
remote.
still.
It should be the same timer, well, the same length. I don't know what the length is, but the same one for conceal. For when you conceal your mines, it's about a 5-second timer. It's not bad.
Yeah,
I think
it's
other
just
than
something.
that-
So but just to be able to run around and drop mines. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see where people would get really frustrated with that.
Mini nerf doesn't bother me.
And I wouldn't
No.
even really call it a nerf. I'd call it more of a tweak of a system that maybe has some issues in the first place. Because I hate the word nerf. It's one thing when they nerf something, and can lead us right into the whole the healing for the medic heal.
Ugh.
But this is something where, and I'm not a medic, so I could have it wrong, but sometimes there's systems that are put into place, and people find holes are found. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be, or maybe I'm too overpowered with being able to do this so much. But
I.e. me.
yeah, but when they come in and tweak, especially just when they tweak it, I'm not saying when they butcher things, because they have butchered things in the past. I mean, hello,
Commando.
original Commando. What happened to them?
Defender.
Yeah. But
Poor Defender.
but when they come in, they tweak a move just to make it a little more believable, or maybe to balance things a little bit. And I'm not one for total balance, but it does make a little sense. And the whole medic healing, I think the problem is they didn't really come out and say, okay, this is what we're looking to do. This is why we're looking to do it. And I think that could, if that's how they started off, it's okay, we're looking to make this change to healing. We're seeing this is what we're seeing. This is what we're trying to do with it, and put it out there. I think it would be taken a lot better than, oh yeah, guess what? We kind of tweaked healing on Test Center.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
didn't
we
like
did.
the way they dropped it in, but I really didn't like the way people just sort of immediately they just brush it off as being a huge nerf, and then they wouldn't even try it out.
Right.
It's just, you know what? Someone made a really good post too, which they're like, they're knocking everybody down, so medics will still be the best. It's not like they're killing medic. Medic will still have the best heal. It just will be in line with everybody else.
Right, and really the heal only affected the actual medic healing themselves.
Yeah, it didn't even affect the teammate thing, so it doesn't diminish the medic's usefulness in a group anymore. I don't know what I did with Jedi. Jedi had some... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, someone made a great post when people were throwing a fit about them being nerfed and everything, and I think it was over 30 seconds you could heal yourself for 25,000 damage over that period of time, and someone said, dude, if you take more than 25,000 in damage in 30 seconds, you probably deserve to be dead. And of course, you had the people that came in. It's like, well, you know what? People are going to target us then. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the
medic.
Well, that's kind of the point. I mean, that's called strategy.
Exactly. There's no Geneva Convention in Star Wars.
Right. But
fair game. Stupid medics. I just shoot you just to stop you from doing that stupid back-to-bomb. God, I hate that thing.
But I mean, you can't throw a fit when there's strategy involved. It's like, okay, these medics are keeping people alive. We need to get in there and take out the medic so we can take out everybody else. There's no way we're going to be able to take out this commando with the medic healing him. So
I'm a commando.
We go in and hit the medic.
Everyone targets me. What do you complain about if one person shoots at you? I'm a general commando, and everyone hates me. So,
and if you have an entire team, if you have 8 people attacking you, I mean, really, you shouldn't stay alive.
Yeah, it should be like the thing with Peter Weller and RoboCop, just blown away.
Yeah.
Medic.
So this is something where I think it really killed them. Not effectively communicating their vision of what they wanted to do with.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Harvester thing. That when they remember the Harvester change they proposed.
Yeah,
that was cool. I love that. But of course, it never made into fruition because everyone was like, ruin my Harvester business, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. And that's the hard thing, it's like, it's such a vocal community. You can, it's great you can get a feel for what they want, but they'll take every little thing and, run with it.
Yeah, God, everybody go back to Bungie's forums.
I'm leaving the game.
People are... you can't appease everybody, and they should stop trying and just do whatever the hell they... Right, do whatever the hell they want.
But at the same time, I mean, it's good that they're listening to the community. They need to do that, but they also need to, they need to keep in mind what needs to be done best for the game at the same time. So if it's a balancing issue where they feel that they need to put it in there, they need to effectively communicate that before they put it on Test Center. Tell everyone the direction they're going. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to complain about that, maybe throw out some ideas that, okay, I don't like this idea. Why don't you guys try this? At least you're throwing out ideas.
Yeah.
You're not just complaining about it. And I'm not talking about the stupid ones that, well, then you know what they should do? They should make it so after Commando does a certain amount of damage over a certain amount of time that his damage output diminishes. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about, okay, there's an issue with healing. Maybe someone shouldn't be able to keep themselves alive if there's 8 people attacking them. What would you propose to do to change the system a bit?
And there are a lot of good people to talk about that. There's so many people that are just retired. I said retarded wrong. They're retards. They just go around and just, completely flip out, petition. Was it the Blue Ribbon petition?
Oh, yes.
It's like the Blue Ribbon. Oh my God, are you comparing yourselves to
breast
AIDS
cancer
foundations, breast cancer and AIDS and all that? How self-centered are you?
I know. It's just it's crazy sometimes. But I don't know. They did their job. They got it taken out, and whether that's for the best, I really don't know.
I thought. Well, I like the idea behind it. That it would. I don't want to say speed up the fights because I do want that sort of that pre-CU vibe, but I don't want the fights to go on forever and ever like they did.
Right.
And I got in a commando versus commando fight the other day, and I must have shot at that guy for 25 minutes. And they do last very long. The heal is a little bit... I think the heal thing would be more akin to fixing PvE than would be PvP.
Right.
Because in PvP, it's... Generally, you're going down, you're going to go down. But in PvE, with the AI nerf, I think that was their way of... because they took out the changes to the AI, they were like, okay, we won't nerf the AI, but we'll nerf your heal instead. Or tweak the heal, which... I don't know.
So did they completely take out all the AI changes?
I don't know. there's been too many back and forths on Test Center. It's so hard in these stupid forums to find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like we were just trying to
not
find
the friendliest.
I don't know, like how come the patch notes for May 9th are above the ones for the 17th? So I don't know. I had high hopes for the heal thing, but it's gone.
Well, luckily,
That's so sad.
Test Center or the stuff on Test Center is going to hit live hopefully Tuesday. They ran into a couple bugs and wanted to push it back to tweak things a little bit. So hopefully, it hits and we can get to testing, play around with stuff, and see what's actually on live, what made it, and yeah.
I know when you ditched me last night when your internet crashed. Like, okay, he just went to go play on Test Center. I logged in there. And it was really cool because they had that new splash screen. And apparently there's like 128 different creatures for Beastmaster now.
Nice.
128 or something. And I can't wait for that to hit live on Tuesday and screw around with that.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to mess around with that. And, it's going to be in between playing Halo 3. I mean, I only have, we have 3 weeks of playing that, so.
So is it worth, yeah. Is it worth, though, making your whole character, like, completely devoted to Beastmaster? Like, what would I need to make my commando effective if I bred the creatures on my alt and wanted my commando to have like a friggin' rabbit like the one from Monty Python to fight?
Well, see, I don't know. That's the great thing about the expertise. I mean, you can just like you could drop all your commando stuff, go up in Beastmaster, and then you can find out what you need and what you don't need, and then you could like just switch back.
Yeah, but do you know? Because you played around Beastmaster more than I have. Like, what do you need just for the thing to shoot things?
I haven't really
to shoot things.
All I've really done with Beastmaster, I kind of like looked at the expertise and play, just like really looking at it. I haven't really played around much with it, and then I collected. So I did some item collecting on Test Center.
Oh, okay.
Which, that's one thing I want to talk about, too, and Gyron was throwing a fit about that from our time playing on Test Center, is
he was a fit about everything, though.
Well, he wanted to, like, test out some stuff on Test Center and, like, look at it, and, like, people are selling, like, these enzymes for $100K and, like, just ridiculous amounts. It's like, hey,
it's a Test Center.
And this is the one that's going to get mothballed, so I don't know why you're charging that much for it. I mean, I collected all these enzymes when I was on there, and I went and I threw them up on the bazaar in Mos Eisley for 100 credits, just so someone could like come along and grab stuff. And
I know what you mean, because I was on when last published was up, the tents and everything with the camps. I was just like whipping those things out, just giving them out in the middle of Bestine for whoever wanted them, because I wasn't going to use them all, and I had access to a blue frog when no one else did, so I was just pumping them out.
Yeah.
So why would you try making money on Test Center? I mean,
especially the one that's about to be mothballed again.
Yeah. Kind of a waste of everyone's time. Though.
Credit farmers. That's where we should send them all. Speaking
of them, God, why don't they get rid of them? It'd be so easy just to like remove macros from trial accounts, or why they let them back on the services? Why not keep them on the stations?
Who knows?
And oh, jeez, it's like. No matter how many of them you ban, they're using the free trial account, so they can just come back. And I see them like every day. There's new ones. My ignore list is just huge.
You can report them though.
You can report them, but they'll get removed. And like, oh, what do they care? They're paid 3 cents an hour. They'll just come back and make another one.
True. But you get enough people reporting them. I mean,
it shouldn't be a full-time job though. It should be something.
There has to be. Well, you have some ideas. What, just limit the trial account again?
Yeah, limit the trial account. These are stolen ideas, of course.
Right.
Remove macros. I've seen some really good ones on there. Oh, one was limit their bank limit to 50K.
That's a really good idea, especially the trial account.
They did do that before. I remember having a trial account when I like quit Galaxies for a little while and came back, just on the fake one. But after June 2004, they had a limit on the bank.
Oh, that's a great idea. Because I mean, there's no way that they could of course always just have a main that has all the money, and then just have these guys out there to
spam. Yeah. But the credit farmers now they're just creating all the characters, and I'm not even talking about just advertising. They're taking all those extra characters around and making money. Like, you go around Dantooine, one little ghost town, see how many credit farmers you see. I've seen packs of like 30 of them.
It's crazy.
They're all just following each other. I just want to get them all special forces and just start blowing up bikes.
See, now that'd be cool. That'd be a cool job to be like a GM in game and just start spawning stuff around them.
Those big Jedi Masters around the terminals or something.
Those friggin' level 90 Jedis that raid me and Gyron.
Jedi. not Jedi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you'll fit right on the Jedi Awards.
My
See,
apologies.
one more Jedi spells Anakin wrong. I swear.
Oh, man.
What else do we have to talk about this week? There wasn't much.
Smed's comments. We can jump into that. A lot of people.
Good old John McCain never shuts up.
Oh,
Take
man.
us into it. What did he say this week?
He's talking about the whole Vanguard fiasco, what happened with that, and basically, if you don't know, the company that created Vanguard, SOE didn't create it; they just published it, and the company that created it, they ran into some financial issues, and I guess SOE ended up buying out the Vanguard IP. And one of the comments that he made was that they're not going to make like drastic changes like they made with SWG, that they learned their mistakes with the NGE. So, of course, everyone has to jump onto that to mean,
Post it everywhere.
yeah, if you realize it's a mistake, why don't you change it and give us pre-CU servers? Yeah.
Vanguard. Oh, God, I heard SOE might be publishing Star Trek Online.
Really?
I'm like, oh, crap. I don't want that to happen.
Where MMOs go to die.
Just wallow away in the corner.
Matrix Online, Vanguard.
Yeah, what is it with SOE back in the... we just love those dud horses.
Well, Vanguard looks like it has a lot of potential, but...
I know, I've seen a couple of people just bouncing back right now who are like, yeah, Vanguard didn't do it for me, but they're mostly crafters.
And wasn't it supposed to be like Dark and Light, Vanguard? Those were supposed to be the big ones. Everyone, like, when the NGE hit, we're going to go play Dark and Light. We're going to play Vanguard. These are the big games.
Dark and Light, friggin' Tim sent me the Dark and Light stuff for the longest time. He was trying to get me into the beta. I didn't even know what the hell it was. I guess it just made a little splash in the water and no one even heard of it.
Yeah. So.
Crappy games.
Yeah.
Let's think of our crap. It's too hard to learn new crap.
Yeah.
That's one of the major turns, too. Like, I played the WoW trial for a week, and that was my first time playing WoW. And I'm like, I could have fun with this, but I just don't feel like picking up a whole new MMORPG, because it's not like picking up, Ghost Recon or something like that, where you just gotta figure out the controls.
Right. And
it's a whole new...
And isn't it what I said? It's an extremely polished game.
It is, and I had a lot of fun with it. I had fun with the physics and just jumping around all day.
And that's the thing that killed Vanguard too. Is they didn't take the time to polish it. What was it? The one interview I was reading, someone posted a couple of interviews up on the Galaxy Report boards, but one of them was
plug.
Like all the time through. I think through the first beta, they had one QA guy. One QA guy for an MMO.
That could be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So why did it? That's kind of a dumb thing to do.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have money at that point.
They have player homes, though, don't they? In Vanguard.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what?
Let's all go to Vanguard.
My little commentary on MMOs. Holy shit, am I sick of what do you call it? Fantasy era crap, like fantasy ones of swords and elves and shit like that.
Sci-fi would be cool. A really good sci-fi.
That's one of the things that keeps me in Galaxies. There is swords and shit like that. There's lightsabers and whatnot. But I don't have to read tomes. I don't have to deal with dwarves. I get Jawas, which are way cooler.
Yeah, and I don't have to read like Old English stuff like Valth and...
Yeah, ye old Azeroth hath blown thou GM. I miss player housing too. Like 5 minutes in WoW, I was like, I got all this crap, I can't dump it anywhere. That's
one of the main things I didn't like about WoW. I mean, and that's what I was talking about before. It was like, Vanguard, right now, money that I heard like in WoW being polished. I heard there was something like they spent $80 million creating WoW.
That's good. Well, they made it up pretty quickly. But the other thing in WoW I didn't like, I did like was I went in Elf and I climbed that big stupid tree in my fort or my homeland or wherever the hell it is. And I jumped off and I died and I became like a little quickening spirit.
Oh, the blue glow.
Yeah, the blue glow. Except for I was a glowing energy ball and I get to fly around. Corpse runs in that game were kind of cool.
It gets a little tedious, but then you can also you have the choice. You can talk to. There's a chick that's
or
right
take
there.
Decay.
Yeah,
the crazy angel lady. I liked it more than the barbarian one or the human one. I liked how in Warcraft, the credit farmers went like a step further and sending you whispers or tells, whatever you call it. That got on my nerves pretty quick. I couldn't just avoid them by not going to Isley. Or the Shire, wherever I was.
See, credit farmers are everywhere, people. SOE, it's not like SOE's ignoring them.
Yeah. WoW does a much worse job. Well, that's all I know.
They probably have a few more credit farmers.
I want to talk about WoW now, because I haven't talked to you in a while since I played Warcraft. Compare notes. But, this is a Galaxies podcast, of course.
Right,
It could be a WoWcast. A WoWcast.
No. I don't want to play WoW.
I already uninstalled it from my computer.
It's fun, I mean, but it's just not
5
my
gigs
cup of
wasted.
tea.
I liked when you their shuttle version where you fly around on a dragon.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That was cool. It was a pretty game that ran. I'm surprised because Galaxies run so crappy on my computer, but I think that's pretty constant with everybody. And I have all the graphics turned down on my computer and vertex shading removed. I play WoW for 5 minutes if everything cranked up and it runs perfectly fine.
See, Galaxies runs fine on my computer. Even Gyron said something about it. He's like, this looks really good. Because he hung out at my house a couple days last week, so.
What'd you guys do?
Double Dragon on Xbox Live.
Sweet.
We played through that about 5 times. Took about 20 minutes. It's friggin' horrible, but it's fun.
How much was it?
I don't know, $5. Microsoft points.
Oh, I hate those things. Everything pisses me off on Xbox Live because everything's 800 points, but you can only buy it in $515.
Yeah, I know.
So you have to buy the next one up. Because I was looking at buying that pack for Crackdown, and I was like, I don't want to blow $30 for an extra 2 cars or whatever it is.
Is it $30 for you?
No,
800 points should be about $10.
I have to buy 2. No, it's 800. $10 for 500.
Really?
$5. Yeah, so you need 500. It comes in the smallest number is 500. But
Right.
This totally has nothing to do with what
No, I don't know what we're talking about, but
yeah, housing or credit farmers.
what else do we have? Oh, we have the Star Wars anniversary.
Oh
30
yeah,
years.
that thing.
30 years, people are still celebrating. Lucas didn't manage to completely kill people's spirits for it. I like to live in
those cool rewards.
I like to live in the world where the prequels don't exist. People know people know this at work, so occasionally someone will try to get on my nerves and be like, "Hey Nick, tell us about midichlorians." I'm like, "Screw you, midichlorians don't exist."
People do that to me too. Someone got me going one day about younglings. I couldn't stand. Oh, I like to pretend nothing happened after 1983.
Yeah,
nothing in 1978. Good old holiday special.
They just taunt me and I throw fits. It's like, oh, tell us about Darth Vader. I'm like, he says yippee. It doesn't. It's not real. Darth Vader does not say yippee.
Don't you hate when people do that when they know you're a nerd about something?
Yeah.
They get me going. They get me going about that. And they're like, "Hey, did you know Matt Damon's going to be the next Captain Kirk?" Oh, fuck. So, yeah. Did we talk about the rewards last week? The new ones?
I don't think so.
Oh, perfect.
Lead us into that.
I can't believe we forgot about that.
Yeah, what do we have? We have the celebration in game. They're celebrating Star Wars 30th anniversary. We get the New Hope poster.
We're partying at NIMS apparently too, for some reason.
Ooh.
We're getting that poster. Actually, it's a cool looking painting. It's kind of odd.
Guy ran through a fit about that too. He's like, "Why would I want a poster in a game about a game that I'm playing?" Or what do you say? A poster in the game that's supposed to be about the universe that I'm supposed to be playing in, or something. He wasn't happy about it. He didn't like it.
He'll put it on his vendor.
Oh yeah,
8 of them. Yeah. And the new the ITV this year, I think they took a page out of their own book. They're like, "Oh shit, we better not give them something really powerful as the ITV."
Yeah,
and we get the monocle, which was its own little debacle on the forums.
Well, it's similar to the Japanese monocle.
It's gray instead of green.
Right.
And someone completely threw a fit about that too this week. That and someone on Starsider who transferred from one of the Japanese server has a complete suit of Night Sister armor. As in, they wear the Night Sister hair, they have the clothes, the baggy pants, and everything. And someone made the comment, or a bunch of people said this, but they're like, "How come the Japanese get everything cool?" And it's like, the only Japanese developers they have are the ones translating the game and a couple of support team when they had the Japanese servers. So of course they can put extra stuff in. And a lot of the stuff we got on our servers, they didn't get on theirs. So it must be equally cool to have that stuff we would have had.
And here's the thing, when you're talking about the Japanese servers, you probably don't want to call them the Japs or say Japs anywhere in your post.
I know, I was reading that. I was like, how many people know what that, I didn't know they're like slandering Japan.
It's one thing if you're watching like a 1943 Popeye cartoon. It's another
Or a
thing
Superman
using
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, holy crap, the number of people who are just being racist without knowing it.
Oh man.
But, and there's also, there's some pets, isn't there? Some pets for the 4-year veteran reward, isn't there?
Yeah, it's, looking at those, you have a choice of there's 3 of them. Well, one of them's
bird.
just the what's it? The mouse droid.
But I bet I can do like flips or something.
That would be cool.
Make cocktails. I don't know why they give a mouse droid unless it's going to do something really, really cool. They want to play a prank.
I used to grieve people by having my mouse droid follow them. Like I'd change the name of my mouse droid to something like They Suck. And then I'd make it follow them around and I'd leave.
Good old days.
Yeah.
People to grief. I can't believe how people are transferring the Starsider lately. Every time, that's like, read the Starsider forums, go through the first 2 pages and see how many posts are like, hi, I'm new to this server. I think we're the reason there's no one else on any server.
Did we talk about this last week? EverQuest was offering like limited time free character transfers.
No, did we do a show last week? We just released one. We didn't actually do one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was in a grumpy mood. So
you're on your man period.
Yes, it must have been. But yeah, I don't understand why this isn't something that they offer on in Galaxies.
I do, because in Galaxies, EverQuest doesn't have the same character data associated with it.
Okay.
Galaxies, everything has to be done by literally, like, a GM has to go in there, or whoever they have in the department, it has to be, character transfers are done by hand.
Ooh.
And they eat up something like, 20 minutes, someone's time a day, so if they had, 8,000 character transfers, they'd be backed up for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, EverQuest and Warcraft, I know they have a system that's automated. Warcraft is an automated system because they do cross-realm battles. But when you have Galaxies, which has, I don't want to say Galaxies is very intricate, but the way it's set up is just
archaic.
It's stupid. It's the same thing of coloring armor because that stupid idea. Well, it's not stupid, but you know the individual names, like the individual little bar of code everything has is letters and numbers.
Yeah.
That's what keeps them from recoloring armor because then you lose that.
Really?
Everything is designed to be its own unique item, so every time you recolor your armor, you're destroying the armor and creating a new piece, but they can't do that with crafted items. So it's just 4-year-old or 5-year-old stupid way of designing games.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that they never thought about was expandability.
This game was built very much in 2002, 2003. It was like, it's got to come out now. No room for improvement.
Yes.
Which I can't blame the devs for that, the current ones, but I don't think anyone works on this game anymore than did originally. What
about that? Did you see that one? I don't know if it was an actual interview. Someone supposedly ran into, what's his name? Jeff Blakely?
In the bathroom?
No, one of the SOE guys. He was at something and was talking to him. I think it was some sort of, I forgot what it was, but he supposedly did an interview with him, and he didn't record it, but he kind of jotted down the notes, and he talked about what the guy said. And basically, the Galaxies team is 20 guys working on it now. And the way they work on it is you have everybody working on the current chapter, and then when that's done, they get it, any bug fixes done with it, and then they move on to the next chapter. It's not like you have a group working on chapter 7 right now, a group working on chapter 8. You have everyone working on what the current focus is of the game.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
That's what we call production pipeline. People are like, oh my god, there's only 20 devs left. That doesn't surprise me in the least. I was looking at some stuff say for instance that Jawa's for the Harry Potter one for working for IMAX and 3D-fying it. 3D, to make entire movie pop out in 3D for IMAX. A huge one like Harry Potter. That's only 5 people doing that. Development teams aren't very big for anything. The only time you have a huge development team for an MMO would be when you're doing content like an expansion pack or when it's originally coming out. Or when you're like Blizzard, or you just have to keep up like insane amounts of subscribers. Sorry.
Well, even then, like, I mean, I don't see them putting out like any. I mean, they do put out a lot of content, but a lot of their content it's spaced out a lot.
It is because when you have a game like this, it consumes a lot of art assets, and you make a big bank of them when you make the original game. When you have that amount of people, and you just pretty much have to capitalize what you have at a later date.
Right.
Which isn't much. Like Blizzard, I ballpark there's around like 60 or 70 people at most, if that.
And I'd be kind of surprised if it was that big still.
I saw someone trying to count the devs too. They're like, well, there's Virago, there's Deadmeat, and they started naming off like, you know, the 00 mods and stuff like that. And like they named off the whole community team. Like there's like 3 people working on the game if they counted those people. There's 3 very poor people.
Crazy stuff.
That would suck. Yeah.
Well, I think we beat the show for what it's worth, haven't we?
Yeah, there's nothing this week. I think we just talked for 40 minutes. So.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. Hooray.
Good stuff. Yay. We'll have a lot more next week. Chapter 6 will finally go live, and we'll actually be able to get our hands on it on live, figure out what actually made it in there, and what got left on the cutting board. Because it's kind of hard to follow sometimes.
Yeah. Now let's end this and go play Halo 3.
That sounds like a plan, which we are looking for. Well, we were looking for one person to join us because we want to roll as a team, but we don't know if Gyron will ever actually join us on Halo 3. So if you're a Halo 3 player and you...
Over 18.
Yeah.
We swear a lot, talk about weird things.
Oh, but you got to be like towards the upper echelon of the bad players. If you're in that area, you're perfect for our team.
Yeah, like sometimes we'll be playing competitively, but I'll just team kill Ferric or something to do.
Yeah,
because we're not doing too good. If you don't mind me kicking you in the ass when we're playing, or getting run over by a warthog.
Yeah, if you don't mind Josh dying a lot, because that's what he seems to do. Every game we play, he may have the most kills. He also has the most deaths.
I'm in there. I get in the action.
Yeah. Our team had 45 kills. I had 35 of them. Yeah, well, the other team had 50 kills, and you had 35 of those.
That was funny. I love the leaderboards. Stat tracking rules. I can't wait for leaderboards at Galaxy. It's like a number of times that I die.
All right, let's wrap this up. Check out our website, thegalaxyreport.com. Hop on our forums. We have a poll question that's up. The AI on Test Center, is it just right? Was it too hard? Is it too easy? I'm still taking some feedback on that.
3 Little Bears question.
Yeah. So check that out. Any ideas you have on the forums, hop in there. Just BS, whatever. You can talk about any games. We don't really care. But you have questions?
We don't care at this point.
If you have any questions, you can email us to galaxyreport@yahoo.com. Of course, we're